I'm going to show you today how to use this Sunchaser Pontoon. We'll get it off of the lift. I'll show you basic operations and then get it back onto the lift so that you know what you're doing when you rent this boat. The first thing you have to do is to simply get the boat off of the lift, and that's very easy. This dial has three levels on it: up, off, and down. So to get the boat down off of the lift, you just simply turn it to down. So as the boat levels down into the water, you'll just want to take note to make sure that it gets all the way down and that it floats freely on the water once the lift drops down. Before you do anything else, make sure that you have adequate life vests on board. The life vests are located in this rear console. We keep a paddle on board just in case of emergencies. There's not sea tow out here at Star Lake. Check the fuel before you leave with a visual inspection. We have 2 gasoline containers in the shed that you can use to fuel up if the gas is low. The battery pack is also here, but you shouldn't need to mess with that at all. After you've checked everything to make sure that there's fuel and safety equipment, the next thing you're ready to do is to get ready to start the boat. And the first thing you do there is to switch the battery to the on position right here. It's very important that every time you turn the engine off, if you're going to leave it off for more than 10 minutes or so, that you turn that battery off, because you don't want the battery to drain while the engine's not running. So once the battery is turned to the on position, you're really good to go. The engine ignition is here, but before you turn the engine on, you need to tilt the motor down into the water. That's your tilt button, up and down. Very simple. So you're tilting the motor into the water, and once the motor's in the water, you put the throttle in neutral, forward, reverse, neutral's in the middle, and then turn the engine on. Once the engine's on and the motor's down, make sure that the lines are all clear, and of course the lift is down. Then you simply put it into reverse and very carefully, very gently back this boat right straight up out of the boat lift. Slow is always better around the dock. Back to neutral, then forward. It's very, very important that you do not take the bimini up before you get it off of the boat lift. The boat lift is short, and this could result in damage to the bimini. So always wait to make sure that you unfold the bimini until you're free from the boat lift. And it's very simple. You take the cover off to start with. Once you undo the zippers and take the bimini cover off, then you can pull the bimini straight up, and it latches to the side with these 2 snaps. Bimini's up. Very importantly, make sure you take it back down before you load it back onto the boat lift. Once you've set the bimini up and you're ready to cruise, take the cover and any extra life jackets and stick them back in this console so that things don't blow away. There's an anchor in here, extra life jackets, so this is a great place for storage. There's also storage underneath each of these seats. The seats also, this seat over here actually also serves as a live well, So be careful if you don't put, if you put things in there and then turn on the live well, it might get a little wet. So just pay attention to that. Operating this boat is really, really simple. All you have to do is to make sure that your engine is tilted down, and then with the battery on and the throttle set to neutral, you turn on the ignition. Forward is easy, then back to neutral, reverse, just as easy. If you're running at night, the nav lights are right here. So make sure you turn on the nav lights, and that will give you a red and a green in the front of the boat, so other boaters can see you coming. During the day, switch it to the middle, and that's off. Turn it to the left, and that's the anchor light that's located on top of the bimini. Star Lake is not large. It's a private lake, very few boats, but you do get some water skiers around, some jet skiers. Just be courteous to other boaters, keep your distance, and have fun. The boat seats up to 6 persons, and there's extra room for dogs. When you're coming back up to the dock, just take your time and be careful. Slow speeds are always best around the dock. Reverse to basically bring the boat to a halt. You keep a dock pull right here, twist. This allows you to move up to the dock and then gently guide it in with the pole. At the dock, I recommend that you use fenders. You can tie them either up to the dock itself or to the boat, and that prevents the boat from hitting up next to the dock. When you're bringing the boat back onto the lift, the important thing is just to go slowly. I bring it to about here, and I would suggest at that point you simply turn off the motor and then use the dock pull to guide you in. If you're an expert boater, you can obviously pull it up a little closer than that, but there's no contest here, and I'd rather emphasize safety, both for passengers and also for the boat and the dock. Once you pull the boat up, then just make sure that it's adequately forward. This is about right actually, so you can easily access the boat, stepping on and off. Don't get the boat too close to the dock. And then the same thing over here, just to make sure that the boat is positioned over the lift part. And so you can do this easily just manually. Once everything is in place, make sure the bimini is down, and then go ahead and hit the up button for the lift. As the boat comes up, you don't need to raise it very far. You just need to make sure that the bottom brace is up out of the water. Once the boat is up out of the water, return the switch to off. Okay, the last steps are to simply make sure that the engine is tilted up so that it's slightly leaning forward, up out of the water, and then we turn the battery switch back to off. Very, very important. Make sure everything's put away. Key is turned, the ignition's turned to off, and put the key back where it belongs. We're glad you used our Sunchaser today here at Star Lake. We hope you had a lot of fun, and good time relaxing on the water. Mostly we hope that your experience was safe and that you created some memories together with your family.